Next on The Big Idea, a man selling rocks finds out if he's got what it takes to make millions.
Donny, help me make millions.
It is time for 1 Minute to Millions, where we bring back the experts and put a new business on track to make millions, and we do it in less than 60 seconds. Alicia and Maureen are back to help us perform this business transformation, and the company in the hot seat is called LeatherRockBands.
Hey world, I'm Lee Dahlberg, and I'm the creator designer of rock bands. Yes, that's right, rock band. It's a rock on a band makes a rock band. But a little deeper than that is the stones I use have healing properties. So there's a good vibe behind the whole thing. Rock bands will make millions because it's a very unique item. Everyone has an inner rock star, and this product's coming from a good place. The idea for rock bands itself comes from a John Wayne movie I saw as a kid. He came into town wearing a leather cuff with a big hunk of turquoise, and he was my hero, and I just thought that was such a cool image. Donny, help me make millions.
Lee, that is what we do here. I know you brought me a rock band. What do you got?
I did. I actually designed one just for you based on your character and whatnot.
Okay, look at this. I got my own rock band. What kind of stone?
That's right. It's a jasper, so it's protective in this industry. You need that.
Okay, great.
And it's nurturing.
I love it. Okay, we're going to get right to it. First of all, how did you come up with the name?
The name, rock on a band makes a rock band.
Alicia, do we like the name, yes or no?
I say no.
No. Maureen, yes or no? Okay, no. Why not rock band?
The only reason why I say no is because it's very creative, but I think it needs an additional kick so that people really, really know exactly what it is, especially when you're going to be using keywords in Google. So much is going to come up. You need something that's going to be unique, that's going to identify your product.
So what would you? So you're saying rock band is a generic, and it should be Lee's Rock Band? Is that what you're saying?
Or have rock band be like your actual company name, and then have a product name that falls under it, like rock band. Not bracelet, something that generic, but something where it's a little bit
Maureen,
more.
why do you like it?
I like it because it's simple, it's easy, and it's just really to the point. And I think that so few companies actually achieve that. It's direct.
Yeah,
It's a
I
rock
actually
band.
love it. My only one question is this: is it a patent problem? Is it? Can you own it? I mean, is it, or is it just a category name?
I have a clothing and accessory.
Okay,
exactly.
I think the name is a home run. I think it's just like one of those things you go, duh. I love it. Let's move on. Does this have the right packaging? How'd you come up with the packaging?
It's a backstage equipment case from a rock concert. So it harbors also the stone meaning quite perfectly. So yes, it looks a bit industrial on the outside, but it's still got that earthy warmth about what your stone is.
Okay, Alicia, do we like the packaging, yes or no?
For retail, yes. For for retail, no. For individual customers, yes.
Okay, Maureen, yes or no?
I like it.
Okay, let's say why no for the customers. You can be, there's always one tough one.
Yeah.
Right, why no? That's where we learn. We hit hard and then we learn. Why no?
Display in a store, I think it's going to be very difficult to display the product in its current packaging. If you're shipping individual to customer, it's perfect.
Okay, Maureen, what do we like about the packaging?
I love the packaging. I think it's unique. I think it's kind of tough. It's a little aggressive. It's rock band. The one thing I would say, my one caveat would be to perhaps put the detail about the stone on the outside so that, like, you know, you were just saying, if it's closed, your customer can still see that there's something really special about this. There's a great surprise inside.
Yeah, I think there's a great piece of advice. I think the packaging I'm usually not this nice. I think the packaging is brilliant, but I do think it needs one other thing for just in case the display is not open. The display open, it says it all, but if it's open, you don't see the name. So somehow, I would have the name over here, so open, I get it, but I think overall this packaging is really, really strong. Let's move on. Target audience. What's your target audience?
Originally, it was 18 to 45-year-old men. I wasn't even making a women's sizing. Now that I've made a women's sizing, it's 2-to-1 sales to women. So my demographic has been from 10 years old to 80 years old. So I'm somewhere in the middle there. I'd say 18 to 40 men and women. 18 to 40, let's say 18 to 49 men and women. Pretty broad. Do we think that's the right target, yes or no?
I say no, it's too broad.
No? Yes or no?
Too broad.
Two no's. Okay, why and how would you target
I think it's too broad. I think it's a very specific product that you need to narrow down. You really need to narrow down exactly, you know, your demographic for it. If it's, you know, 20 to 35, narrow it down a little bit.
I think you're okay with the 18, depending on the price point, but I think that the 40s are too high.
I'm going to say something interesting. I agree with both of them. Here's the way you narrow it, but stay broad at the same time. I would make it 18 to 49, but just women, but women buying it for women and men. You know, I think it's a unisex product. I think this is a great, I don't know if I would have confidence enough to buy this for myself. I might go, it's too much. Right. Woman buys it for me. You're not going to have a lot of money to target stuff at the beginning, so if you're going to spend any money on advertising, any focus on the women, but for women and men. But once again, I think you're in the right direction, but I would narrow the target. Okay, price point. What's the price point?
$250. They're handmade. The leathers are consumed animals, and they're all one of a kind.
All right, $250. Yes or no?
I think it's a little high.
A little high, no?
No.
2 no. Oh, 2 no's on the price. Why is it too high, and what would you do with it?
I think because especially for the demographic, I think it is too high. So I might have 2 different lines, like one which is going to be your specialty handmade line, and another line that maybe you can sell and distribute more, like in larger volumes. That's going to be able to be at a little bit of a lower price point.
I totally agree, especially for an 18-year-old or even like someone in their mid-20s. I don't think that most people are making a salary to be able to afford a bracelet like that. I think you have a huge celebrity following, and I can see why, because I think it's totally cool. But I think that, you know, they kind of get everything for free. So I think if you kind of hit more of a sweet spot, I think you'll sell more.
Okay. I actually like the price because I think it says perceived value. I think eventually you can come out with a cheaper line. Talk about some of the celebrities that you have.
Bono, Johnny Depp, Jack Nicholson, Brad Pitt,
So
Lindsay,
I think there's a lot of price elasticity up. I would start with this price, then bring it down with a broader, more accessible line, but I actually like having a high price point. Okay, let's come all first circle. Do we think this is a big idea?
I say yes.
All no's,
Yes.
but you still say yes. Why?
I guess my whole take is on the marketing of it. So the packaging needs a little change, price needs a little bit of work, but I think it is a great idea.
Absolutely, and I think what would be awesome is if you could name some of them after some of those celebrities. So like one could be the Bono, one could be Brad. I think that's huge.
And the Donny. I love it. I think it's a big idea. I think this is a fantastic idea. My only thing to be careful, make sure it's not a fad. Start to build an entire line on it.
Exactly.
The very reason that people are going to think it's hot, it comes and goes fast. You don't want this to be the product of 2008. You got to keep it broad, but I love this idea. You, my friend,
thank you.
On your way to making millions. You have your marching orders, your rock star orders. More big ideas straight ahead.